Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got another Legends video lined up for you today. It's currently the first day of the new season, and that's right, we're back to Super Bowlers. As always, the army link will be in the description, and the hero equipment, I think I'm not going to talk about it too much. Just note that I have the life gem on the Warden and the gauntlet on the King. The Queen and Royal Champion are on the defaults, otherwise everything is pretty much the same. That's it for the intro. Let's just dive right into some attacks with some nice tips for you guys. Alright, the first base, we've got Itsu's base over here, which is remodeled for Town Hall 16. You can see how the Rage Tower behind the Town Hall is the toxic one. But the one behind the Town Hall next to the CC, it's not that troublesome, I would say. But yeah, overall, I think I'm gonna just go for an approach behind the Town Hall like this, just because we grab these high value targets very early, and we also get the CC early as well. Yes, we will have a lot of toxicity to deal with, a lot of damage to deal with on the back end. We even have the enemy heroes, but it's nothing that we can't handle with the help of the King's ability, I should say. The Giant Gauntlet is amazing for bases like these, and the HP buff. Bases like this is the reason why I prefer the HP buff on the Warden, which is the life gem on the Warden rather than the rage gem. You notice that I'm not going to invest too many spells at the beginning. I'm just going to be pretty much depending on his HP buff to keep the bowlers alive in the core. So the bowlers will be raised up anyway. There's no reason for me to use the rage gem, but definitely it depends on how the meta keeps evolving. So if the meta is such that I use a lot of rages early in my attack, I would definitely use the rage gem on my Warden, but otherwise I think I'll stick to the life gem with the HP boost. But yeah, that's it. That's the funnel is kind of getting set pretty nicely. We are just dropping some initial tanky spells, you could say, like skeleton spells or ice golems out in the front. Pulling that ice golem CC as well is super helpful over here. You can see like we are going to get frozen up over here for a long time, but it's not going to be much of a problem. Like there's no damage on us at all. Like it's just the monolith that's pretty much there. I frozen up as a precaution. I could have probably let it keep firing at my troops, but I was just being safe over here. Anyways, like as soon as the Town Hall drops and is about to explode, you see I pop the Warden ability, and I'm going to join it with my King ability right over here. You see, look at the splash damage that the King can deal. He's like a mini bowler in himself. Like he can splash his damage so well onto all the defenses behind. It's so great. He just took out the Inferno while he was targeting the cannon, and just like that the entire base has pretty much been demolished. Like there's not much left to do for the Royal Champion. And yeah, bases like this don't have much of a chance of surviving honestly at Town Hall 16 now that we have the Giant Gauntlet. Earlier maybe it would have been possible, but with the help of the Giant Gauntlet it's going to be very difficult to try to defend on base styles like those. You can't clump up your defenses as much anymore. People are going to be smart. They're going to take advantage of it with their Giant Gauntlet, and they're going to pick up 3 stars just like this one. Alright, on to the next one. So this is like a box base, but I think we can see like it's got some holes here and there. I'm gonna try to not take advantage of them, but you can see how most of the heavy damage is definitely in this area, like 100%. Like that is the heaviest area of the damage that's the heaviest area on the base. And then we have this toxic triple Inferno compartment as well in the core. So what can we do on base like this? Like obviously we can definitely push our bowlers through like this, but I just took the chance on like maybe doing it like from the other way around instead, using the Queen charge, which I did in my war attack recently. So if you guys haven't checked that video out, you can probably check it out. I'll try to like add an info card about it right about now. So yeah, we can see like it's definitely possible for us to maybe do like a Warden walk, Flame Finger over here, and push the bowlers through over here. It is definitely possible. I'm not saying no. but it's just a little bit worse for us considering the CC position. I don't want to like get stuck right before like all of this damage and the town hall, so that's just not something I want to do. Instead, what I can do is I can do like a queen charge on the town hall. Rather, let me just show you. So a queen charge on the town hall requires us to set a funnel using the flame finger on one side usually, and yeah, you can see I've already started it. And yeah, you can see like this is a closed compartment over here, so I can like have a nice double wall break, one for my queen and one for my borders to take later. And you can see how I'm kind of like slowly setting the funnel on each side. My healers, sadly, I didn't place them right, but you're gonna see I'm gonna try to recover this as best as possible. So I literally just have one healer on my queen. This is gonna be ridiculous. All 4 of my healers are on the Yeti, but it's fine. Like, we just have to deal with it sometimes because this is Legend League. Things can go wrong. You will make mistakes, and we're here to try to adapt to them. So you can see I dropped everything pretty early. I dropped my ice columns to tank the monolith, and you can see over here like I've dropped most of my resources very early, popped the warden early because we're already in the damage, which is right over here, which we were talking about. And you can see like I've even dropped my king at the top side right here, and that one bowler which is raised up is helping us so much, doing such a good job. The one healer which is raised up is doing such a good job. It's actually managing to keep damaging most of the core. Like we just had to use 2 rages to keep them alive just in this area, and most of the base is already gone. Like keeping the flame finger alive with is helping to handle the left mortar, and now we're just combining the king and the royal champion on the right side. So basically I just wanted a very early entry into the damage, and you can see like this is nearer to this side compared to this side of the base, and it's much faster to get into it. So it didn't matter too much that I lost literally 4 healers. I literally lost 4 healers at the very start, and it's easy for me to place jump as well at the beginning. If I went to the bowler from this side, I would have to worry about wall breaking this wall perfectly such that I can place the jump over here. But with this reverse bowler smash like this, the queen charge into bowler smash, it just becomes easy. Like you can see like I have made such insane mistakes, and this has still worked out for me. So yeah, it's all about the cross tanking. It's all about protecting whatever you can while you can, and it's just about moving as a wave to the base. So yeah, that's another 3-star for us. Sure, with a lot of mistakes, you can definitely learn from them. Make sure your queen is taking damage before dropping your healers. But that's all for this attack. Let's just move right into the next one. Okay, so I'm mostly trying to show Town Hall 16s in this video, but if the video ends up being a bit shorter, I'll throw in some of the Town Hall 15s I faced as well. But we'll just talk about this base that we have in front of us right now. So it is another core style base where the giant gauntlet is on the king is going to help us a lot. And what I'm going to do over here is I noticed that this corner is actually very light. There's not much for the flame finger to really pick up as such. So I could just use a Yeti, maybe a wizard, a few archers to funnel it out. Like my priority over here, my priority over here is always going to try to be the eagle and the monolith as much as possible on these style of bases, because they are just very heavy hitting defenses that can kill your army very quickly if you don't deal with them quickly enough on bases like these. So what I try to do is I just try to go for an edge which allows me to grab those relatively early. If it's not possible, then we will look for maybe one of them and most of the damage on the base. But you can see how I keep adapting on like different bases. So that being said, we had the flexibility of using a siege elsewhere. So what I tried to do instead was, since I was going to try to approach from this edge anyway, so I'll mark it more explicitly like this, and the warden is clearing this corner. We have the Yeti, maybe some other smaller troops clearing that corner. What I tried to do instead was, I knew that most of my force was going to die out around over here and it's just gonna be the heroes that are gonna try to clean up. So what I can do instead, I can drop the flame flinger at the top, and as I'm kind of distracting like even like the CC, maybe the enemy queen, into the core with my smash, the flame flinger troops can actually come and deal with most of the back end over here. If not the flame flinger, the troops from the flame flinger at the very least can come in, and that will also allow me to drop my royal champion just for this corner, which will remain at the very end. So overall, we just have like just to recap the plan, we have a board and walk over here. We'll have the smash covering like this much. We'll have the flame finger covering this much, and this area will be left for our royal champion. Alright, so let's just dive into the attack and see how it plays out. So I'll just fast forward a bit because this part is just like the funnel which I'm kind of setting. I'm going to wait for this mortar over here to drop, so that way none of the troops will think of leaking out like this, and they will all go right into the core instead. So I'm just waiting for that to happen, and as soon as the mortar drops, you can see I'm dropping my queen over there to help out. And yeah, like I started funneling with like archers, like as small troops as possible, honestly. And you can already see like this is looking pretty good. I think there was a Tesla that popped in my flame finger, so it died a bit early, but that's fine. Like we don't have too much to worry about at the top of the base. And you can see how this is going to shape up over here. Again, you have to be very you have to just watch your spell placement and spell timing. So you can see like most of my bowlers started walking around because of the ice columns as well over here. But we're gonna try to take advantage of it. Like look at how I'm placing my rages as well. Like the bowlers outside are still covered in the rage, and that's gonna help us a lot. So you can see like the queen did her job, took out the core. The bowlers bounced from the outside of the base all the way in, and over here we've actually got it going pretty well. We've only just popped the king ability. He's gonna decimate that X-bow. Stands no chance. I just raised the queen because even just having the unicorn on her is honestly just fine. We already saw in the previous attack. I just used one healer and a unicorn for that queen charge, and we still made it work. And we're getting away with this with pretty much a swag royal champion and swag rage. So yeah, that's another 3-star for us. Okay, this is an interesting anti-2 style base, I would say. It looks like Town Hall 15 layout, just upgraded to a Town Hall 16, but that's alright. Like we can still see like it's a decent anti-2 style base. It'll probably be very weak to super archer blimps, I assume, but unluckily for us, we've got super bowlers over here. But let's just learn some weaknesses that we can look at for bases like these and how we can exploit them to the fullest. So we can see like these compartments are very large, over like all of them pretty much, and this one at the bottom as well is like a continuous compartment actually going through the base entirely. So what can we do on bases like this? So I just had this thought like, hey, like I have the king and the enemy CC over here, so I can definitely do something like if I just drop the warden right over here and targeted the king and the CC troops, then that'll open up like flame flinger value right over here, right, for me. So that's pretty good value. It's something I will definitely take. And what that does is it actually allows me to enter with the bowlers like this, and this we can see that this compartment itself is closed, so there's no way the bowlers will leak out somewhere, so to say, and that will allow me to jump into the core. And then I'm just hoping the bowlers like take this much of the base. I don't need much more from them. Anything more that they get is a bonus for me, and then I can just have the royal champion take care of this last bit. So that was what the plan was that I had in mind, and let's just see how it goes. So yeah, I've pulled the clan castle troops, the super minion CC, and they'll always target the poison lizard, but I think we should be fine with this one poison. You can see how I've placed the flame flinger. So I'm expecting something like the warden to do this much, and then the flame flinger can do something like that. So overall it's looking good. You can see I've started placing the wall breakers at the top as well. One more thing I forgot to mention is that there's a lot of trash along this edge over here, and I want the boulders to kind of stick as tightly as they can as they go through this compartment. So I'm going to be using the queen over here to funnel like this, and she's going to walk down the base, and that will allow the boulders to kind of stick together very nicely as they go through this compartment in here. So yeah, the king is about to get to my warden, but it should be fine. I'm just protecting the flame flinger a bit, so you can see the Yeti was not really tanking it, so I just froze the mortar instead directly. It's worth it because those mortars can do a lot of damage, and you can see I've already started funneling the queen. So yeah, we're getting started. So now that most of whatever was needed to go down has gone down, and I'm just starting with the smash, and my queen will go to ability over here, but once again it's no problem. She can stay alive for a long time after that. She still has her unicorn, and you can see the smash is doing a wonderful job. They just took out the scatter shot directly and triggered that invis tower over the wall, and you can see I'm placing the jump on the right side, and I'm just going to pop the warden ability early because everything is going to take some time to walk around the base. It's completely worth it because the healers cannot keep up, and you can already see the flame flinger is doing exactly what I hoped it would. We still had a king ability as well, so that demolishes the entire core. As I was saying, the queen is also alive, she is healthy. Her unicorn has brought her all the way back up to half health, and popping the warden ability as your bowlers are kind of moving around and splitting is definitely worth it. You can see I still have I think 2 or 3 bowlers over here. I'm not sure, but the royal champion pretty much had to do nothing. That's another 3-star for us. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, so it's another town for 16. The spell towers are not really doing too much. I don't know what the point of them is, but it's the first day of Legends, we can't really help it. This one does have the merge defenses though, at least to some extent. And once again, I'm going to try to exploit the fact that we have closed corners everywhere on the base like this. So that allows for another queen charge at the town hall directly. And the only reason I'm doing this is because if I had to approach with the borders from here instead, it would just be comparatively ugly, I would say. So why I'm saying that is because I would need to have wall breakers specifically open like this wall over here, but there's a much higher chance that they target these walls instead, because the reason number 1 is because this wall is 2 layers, and reason number 2 is that if I place a wall breaker over here, I think that just because of the fact that this is 2 layers long, it may even prefer targeting these other walls over here, and I would have to somehow get rid of the buildings behind the walls to ensure that I break this wall right over here, else it would be a very awkward jump to place, maybe something like that. I'm not sure, but either way it's a lot of risk. I didn't really want to take it. I just saw that this wall over here was completely closed, so I went for a queen charge style approach similar to what we had going in a few attacks before this one. So once again, the goal is simple. We just want to have the flame finger do a funnel like that. We want maybe the king to do something like this on the other side, and that should be enough for us. That is all we need to have this combined queen charge first for the town hall, and then as the poison is fading, we can combine it with the smash. So my plan is to break this wall with the 3rd wall breaker that we have, and then look at this. I'm just going to pause it for a second over here. So if we get a jump right over here after breaking this wall open, we have access to the entire base. Look at this, we literally can reach everything, but the jump has to be perfectly placed. If somehow I somehow place the jump a bit to the side like this instead, that still gives us access to this much, I think, that much, and we can easily have the royal champion just go for this compartment, and it should be an easy cleanup. Well, this was the plan at least. Something's about to go wrong in this plan, and you're gonna see how we adapt to it. But you'll see, like, it is still a very powerful style of using super bowlers. So I've placed the skeleton spell. Here's the wall breaker. Going for the 4. I dropped the warden to increase the health, but the wall breaker got sprung. I'm not sure how nothing else really targeted it, but you can see I paused my king ability just to create the funnel on this side. And now what's gonna happen is, I was hoping that these guys start beating on the wall, because instinctively I'm hoping for some ground creeps to come, and that would force these guys to go through the wall, but that did not end up happening. You can see my bowlers are walking out to the left side over here, which is terrible for me. So you can see how I adjusted. My queen was the only one that broke the wall, and I'm just waiting for the warden to step up. And you can see this is actually a pretty good recovery. And just keeping most of them alive to the core with the help of the warden ability. I think I missed the bowlers, but it should be fine. But when your troops start splitting like that, try to repurpose your jump exactly like how I did over here. And you can see, like, it is actually still not looking too bad. We covered most of what we wanted. We didn't get these 2 buildings, sure, fine, but we have the resources. We still have 2 freezes, and I'm only using them now. There's no way that we cannot get this. We still have a queen charge going strong. We still have 2 bowlers, our titan, our warden, everybody is at full health, and we still have our royal champion ability. So things can happen in legend, guys. Don't panic. Try to recover the best that you can. It's okay if you fail eventually, but definitely keep thinking on your feet. That's what's so different about like having like a proper plan versus going at it with just a 30-second plan. So definitely be ready for recoveries like this. Expect things to go wrong sometimes. Randomly, traps can just get you. Whatever attack it is that you may be doing, it can be even like a super archer blimp. It can be a queen charge Lalo. It can be a queen charge anything. It can literally be anything. All you have to do is keep thinking on your feet. Try to think about what you can do next in your plan, and because if you have a good plan, like this was the weakness in this base, approaching the base from its back end rather than up front, that destroyed the base. That plan itself was so good for this side of a base that even that we had such a huge mistake that was being made, we still managed to crush it like this. But yeah, I think I've spoken enough on the topic. That's about it for this video. If you guys do enjoy this kind of content, please do let me know in the comments. Do leave a like, do subscribe, do share with your friends. It's all just to help the channel. And yeah, that's about it for me. I hope you guys are enjoying your holidays, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, peace.